Did you know that debt collectors just bought over $90 billion in consumer debt last year, and they're coming for it harder than ever before? Right now, as delinquencies spike to levels we haven't seen since 2009, millions of Americans are getting calls, texts, emails, and even social media messages from collectors who've learned that fear works better than patience. Here's what's happening. When you fall behind on a credit card, medical bill, or personal loan, your original creditor often sells that debt for pennies on the dollar to collection agencies who then try to squeeze every cent out of you. They bought your debt cheap. So even if they collect 30 or 40% of what you owe, they're still making money hand over fist. The problem is that many of these collectors have discovered that breaking the rules is more profitable than following them. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act says they can't call you before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. But some do it anyway because catching you off guard, tired, or stressed makes you more likely to pay without asking questions. They'll threaten you with arrest, even though failing to pay a debt isn't a crime. They'll say a lawsuit is coming tomorrow when they haven't even filed paperwork. Or they'll claim they're attorneys or government officials when they're just collectors in a call center reading a script. Some will call your boss, your parents, your neighbors, claiming they're just trying to locate you even after you've already been in contact. Others will bombard you with dozens of calls a day, use profanity, insult your character, and make it personal because harassment is part of their playbook. But here's the thing they don't want you to know. They're required by federal law to send you a written validation notice within 5 days of first contact. That notice must include the amount you allegedly owe, the name of the original creditor, and your right to dispute the debt within 30 days. If a collector refuses to provide that documentation or can't verify the debt, that's a massive red flag. The debt might be invalid, it might be past the statute of limitations, or it might have already been paid and they're just fishing for a double payment. We've seen this cycle before. After the 2008 financial crisis, debt collection abuses exploded and consumer complaints to the Federal Trade Commission tripled. Every recession or economic slowdown brings a fresh wave of aggressive tactics because desperation on both sides of the ledger creates opportunity for bad actors. Yet most people don't realize they have rights, and collectors count on that ignorance. You can send a written cease communication letter telling them to stop contacting you, and they legally must comply except to confirm they're stopping or to notify you of specific legal action. You can demand validation before paying a single dollar, and if they can't produce proper documentation showing you actually owe the debt, you don't have to pay. You can record calls where it's legal, save voicemails and text messages, note dates and times, and build a case if they violated your rights under federal law. The misconception is that you're powerless once a debt goes to collections. But the truth is that collectors need you more than you need them. They paid a fraction of your debt's face value, so they're incentivized to settle. And they know that consumers who understand the rules are far less likely to be intimidated into unfair agreements. The historical lesson here is simple. Document everything, verify everything, and never let fear override your judgment. In past cycles, consumers who stood their ground, demanded proof, and reported violations to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau often got debts reduced, dismissed, or validated as fraudulent. The discipline required is emotional control because these calls are designed to trigger panic, shame, and urgency. Your process should be methodical. Answer once to get information, demand written validation, dispute if necessary, and consult a consumer rights attorney if they persist with illegal tactics. At the end of the day, it's not about whether you owe money or not. It's about ensuring that what you pay is legitimate, that the collector is following the law, and that you're not bullied into agreements that harm your financial future. The system works when both sides play by the rules, and when collectors break those rules, you have every right and reason to push back. For investors looking to navigate financial opportunities during uncertain economic times, check out our real estate directory at www.growthsense.com, where you can find and sell investment properties. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel's newsletter to keep up to date with all our latest announcements.